Hello, student. Today, I am Guru Bob. Want to introduce you about the t-test. You know what t-test is? The t-test, or you might know in the name of student t-test. It compares two averages and tells you if they are different from each other. T-test also tell you how significant the differences are. In other words, it lets you know if those significances could have happened by chance. Now, let's move to the t-score. What is t-score? T-score is a ratio between the difference between two groups and the difference within the groups. The larger t-score, the more differences there is between groups. In contrast, the smaller t-score, the more similarity there is between groups. And now, after this, Ajanso will clarify you about the types of t-test. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about one hypothesis testing. When we conduct the quantitative research, some people want to compare the means of samples, or you have to test the hypothesis. Okay, the first one, it is called t-test. Okay, I will tell you why hypothesis is important and what is the hypothesis testing. Okay, hypothesis testing use statistics to choose between hypotheses regarding whether data is statistically significant or occurred by chance alone. One type of hypothesis tests are t-tests, which are tests that examine whether two means are statistically significantly different from each other, or whether the difference between them simply occurred by chance. The first one is one-sample t-test. A one-sample t-test compares a sample mean and a known population mean to determine whether the difference between the two means is statistically significant or occurred by chance alone. Okay, let me give you an example. The example, for example, if you would like to know your sample, for example, you're a student. You want to know grade for student. You want to know that their GPA is in the mean like 2.9 or not. If you want to know the student grade, you have to test by one sample t-test to test that your whole sample got the GPA like this or not. Another t-test, it is called independent samples t-test. This is the t-test compares two sample means from different populations regarding the same variable to determine whether the difference between the two means is statistically significant or occur by chance alone. Okay, for example, if I would like to compare means between boy and girl, I would like to know their aggressive behavior. So aggressive behavior. I would like to know that their mean score is same or not same. So we can test that boys' aggressive behavior and girls' aggressive behavior is totally different or significantly different, or they reject a hypothesis and accept their non-hypothesis. And the next one, it is called paired sample t-test. A paired sample t-test compares two sample means, okay, from the same population regarding the same variable at two different times. Okay, for example, like a pre-test and post-test. Or it compares two sample means from different population whose members have been matched to determine whether the difference between the two means is statistically significant or occur by chance alone. Okay, for example, it's like if you want to know the training program is efficient enough or not, you can compare their ability. For example, if you would like to test their learning achievement, okay, for example, it's learning achievement. You can use your training program to measure them. Before that, you give them the pre-test, and after that, you give them the post-test after you give them intervention. And then you compare before score and after score. They are significantly different or not. This is called paired samples t-test. Normally it is used in experimental research. Now I think that all students understand three kinds of t-tests, and then let's take the test